Hey there. It's your favorite film critic, The Wolf, coming at you with a brand new movie review. Today, we're diving into Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Get ready for some honest opinions and plenty of spoilers, because it's time to find out if this film is worth your time. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the Varsity Squad, because there's always more movie magic coming your way. In the beginning of the movie, Shuri is trying to recreate the herb that can save T'Challa's life. However, Ramonda tells her that T'Challa has passed away, and Shuri starts crying. At a clearing, a shaman is performing a ceremony for T'Challa, the former king and Black Panther. A funeral is held and T'Challa's coffin is carried away by a fighter. 1 year later, Ramonda is at the United Nations where other countries are concerned about the spread of vibranium. The previous night, soldiers had infiltrated a vibranium ship and taken a woman prisoner. Okoye, the leader of the Dora Milaje, appears and fights the soldiers. Ramonda announces that the king is dead and that Wakanda will always defend itself. On the Atlantic Ocean, a helicopter arrives at a ship where vibranium is produced. 2 people go underwater and discover that the ship's engine is failing. The Talokans attack the ship, killing the crew and causing some people to escape on a helicopter. However, Namor destroys the helicopter and throws it into the water. The next day, Ramonda is watching the news about her meeting and the anniversary of T'Challa's passing. Okoye arrives at Shuri's lab, where Shuri is working. Okoye's mother asks her to recreate the herb, but Shuri says that the Black Panther is old news. Ramonda tells Shuri that it is the anniversary of T'Challa's death and invites her to a memorial later that night. During their conversation, Ramonda burns her clothes in honor of T'Challa, but Shuri does not. Namor appears and warns them that a scientist has attacked a ship carrying vibranium. He tells them to find the scientist or he will attack Wakanda. At a council meeting, M'Baku suggests they should kill Namor. Ramonda suggests that Okoye should go undercover and find the scientist. Shuri is working in her lab, trying to create an artificial version of the heart-shaped herb to save her brother and the king of Wakanda, T'Challa, who is sick. Ramonda enters the lab and tells Shuri that T'Challa has died. A year later, Wakanda is facing pressure from other nations who want its vibranium. The Dora Milaje catch French soldiers trying to steal from their outpost. Ramonda speaks to the United Nations and reveals the French's attempted theft, reminding the other countries that even though the Black Panther is gone, Wakanda will still defend itself. At a mining outpost, Americans are using a vibranium detector created by an MIT student, Riri Williams, to find vibranium in the ocean. They are attacked by the Talokans, who do not want their vibranium to be stolen. The last remaining helicopter of survivors is shot down by Namor. In Wakanda, Ramonda and Shuri go to the water to mourn the 1-year anniversary of T'Challa's death. They burn their funeral garments to mark the end of the mourning period, although Shuri is not completely ready to do so. Namor arrives and tells them about the Talokans and wants their help to stop foreigners from taking vibranium. He also reveals that Wakanda is not the only place with vibranium, as Talokan has it as well. Ramonda is concerned about his presence and he tells them that he plans to kill the scientist who created the detector, but they must not get in his way. Shuri and Okoye go to meet Everett Ross, who gives them the name and location of the scientist, despite potentially revealing private information. Okoye and Shuri go to Cambridge, Massachusetts to find Williams. They follow her to her garage where she shows them her Iron Man-like armor. However, they are followed by the FBI. The 3 manage to escape, with Okoye in a car, Shuri on a motorcycle, and Williams in her armor. They are then confronted by Talokans at Shuma and Namor. Shuri and Williams are captured during the brief fight. The next day, Ross arrives at the scene and meets with his ex-wife, Valentina Algreda Fontaine. He also finds and hides some kimono beads. In Wakanda, an angry Queen Ramonda scolds Okoye for losing Shuri and dismisses her from her position as general. Shuri and Williams wake up in Talokan, where Namor shows Shuri the civilization and tries to convince her of his ideals, even giving her his mother's bracelet. However, Shuri disagrees with his plan to kill Williams. Meanwhile, Ramonda goes to Haiti to see Nakia, who left Wakanda 6 years ago. She asks Nakia to find Shuri and Nakia successfully discovers her location. Nakia then rescues Shuri and Williams as Ramonda talks to Namor about his plan. They return to Wakanda, but are soon faced with an invasion by Namor and his people. The city is flooded and a war breaks out. Namor takes out all of the Wakandan vehicles and floods the throne room where Ramonda and Williams are. Williams starts to drown, so Ramonda swims to save her. She is able to get Williams to safety, but drowns in the process. Shuri is grief-stricken by her mother's death and Namor tells her that she is now the queen. Then he and his group flee the country. When Algreda Fontaine learns that Ross has been speaking with Wakanda all along, she has him detained. After the burial, Mbaku speaks with Shuri and advises her morally not to kill Namor. After that, he promises to house any displaced Wakandans as a result of the attack. Shuri then creates the artificial heart-shaped herb, which ultimately succeeds, using Namor's mother's bracelet. After taking it, she enters the astral plane where Eric Killmonger welcomes her and asserts that they are similar. After some debate, Shuri declares she will murder Namor as retaliation. Shuri gets out of bed and puts on a suit. She then enters as the Black Panther into a conference between Mbaku and the Elders. Shuri and Williams determine they can weaken Namor by heating his body to the point where it can no longer receive oxygen as they get ready for battle. Then another Ironheart armor is created. Okoye receives new armor from Shuri dubbed the Midnight Angels. Those functions quite similarly to Iron Man's as well. Annika is chosen by Okoye to join her two-woman squad. They utilize a boat to entice the Talokans into a trap offshore. As Namor appears to have the upper hand, the battle starts. But as they flee the conflict, Black Panther captures him on a Royal Talon fighter. On the side of the ship, the Dora Milaje are engaged in combat with the Talokans, while Nakia, the Jabari tribe, and others are engaged in conflict with those on top. The Talokans in the air are handled by Ironheart and the Midnight Angels. Namor is weakened by Black Panther's heating of the Royal Talon fighter, but he still starts to charge with his spear. The entire ship explodes as Black Panther fires a blast from her vibranium gauntlets, sending the two adversaries into the island beneath. After additional fighting, Namor finally impales Shuri. However, he is more concerned with reaching the lake before he passes away than with killing her. A hurt Black Panther escapes and advances on the limping Namor. She then shouts Wakanda forever as she puts on her armor and attacks Namor with a blast from the exploding Talon fighter. The Black Panther has earned Namor's appreciation, and he follows her as they head back to the battleground to order everyone to stop fighting. Wakanda forever is then shouted once more by Black Panther as the others echo him. Williams doesn't bring her armor back to MIT afterwards since the Wakandans do not want any controversy if they allow her to keep it. Instead of contending for the throne, which is ultimately challenged by Mbaku, Shuri departs for Haiti. Later, when Achuma welcomes him, Namor paints in his room. She is reassured by Namor that their new partnership with Wakanda would be advantageous. Ross is released from jail by Okoye as he travels to prison. Before heading to the beach in Haiti to burn her ceremonial funeral robe in compliance with Ramonda's instructions, Shuri meets with Nakia there. This gives her the opportunity to finally grieve T'Challa. In a scene during the middle of the credits, Shuri finds out that Nakia and T'Challa have a son named Toussaint, who Nakia has been raising covertly away from the demands of the monarchy. Toussaint discloses that T'Challa is his Wakandan name. Well, that's a wrap on today's review. Thank you for tuning in and joining me as we discussed Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, 2022. I hope my thoughts on the film were helpful and gave you a better idea of whether it's worth checking out or not. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment with your own thoughts on the movie. And if you're new here, Make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the Wolfpack for more movie reviews and discussions. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.